Hi, beautiful people. Happy New Year to you. Welcome to 2024. Welcome to a beautiful year. Welcome to an amazing year. Tell me, how's your year been so far? Has 2024 taught you a lot? Because we are still in week one, and some people have learned a lot already from 2024. So tell me, are you one of those people that 2024 has taught a lot already? So I hope that 2024 is unfolding beautifully for you. You know, this year is still very fresh. It is still very fresh. And I said, oh, before we proceed, I just want to have some sort of town hall meeting, Igbo people, Omuada meeting with my ladies, with the ladies, them, with my women, with my girls, okay? And I just said, let's talk, let's have a meeting. And let's talk about the things that we are doing in this 2024 and the things that we are not doing. Because there are some things that happened in 2023 or has been happening in the previous years that this 2024, honestly, we have to help ourselves. We have to move on. We have to grow up. We have to grow up. We have to drop some things. In 2024, first thing we're not going to do is use and dump God. We wake up in the morning, 5 a.m., you're shouting, you're disturbing God's ears, you're demanding from Him, you're telling Him, God, do this one for me, give me a job, give me good health, give me husband, give me this one, give me wife, give me everything. Kill my enemies, destroy my enemies. You shout, 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 shout. And after doing that, for the rest of the day, you will live as if there is no God. You will live your life. You won't have a single fear of God for the rest of the day until it's time to ask God for something again. So we're not going to do that this year. We're going to actually take our time and build a good relationship with God this year. We're really, really going to, listen to God. We're not just going to do the talking. We're not just going to keep making demands and, have a transactional relationship with God where it's just like what God can give you and never about what you can give God. Year in, year out, God cannot keep telling you, deep down in your heart that God does not approve of a certain relationship or a certain lifestyle, or God has just been trying to tell you something and you keep blocking Him out, but yet you still want Him to do some things for you. So that transactional relationship, I call it the use and dump, right? We're not going to do it this year. We're going to dig deep. We are going to really want to build a good relationship with God and have an intimate relationship with God this year. Okay? The second thing that we are not doing in this 2024, you see, this 2024, we're not going to be insulting our bodies. We're not going to be looking down on our body. We're not going to be treating any part of our body as if it's worthless. We're not going to place more value on other people's hair, above our own God-given hair. For you to come to a point where you have this mindset that the hair of some woman in Vietnam or in China that you don't even know about, you don't know anything about her, you don't even know who the person is, is worth more than your own hair, more than your God-given hair. That's where it becomes a problem. I don't have a problem with people wearing wig or anything. I wear wigs, but you have to separate those things. We're not going to allow mainstream beauty or the beauty standard of the world, which is ever evolving, to start making us hate things that God has blessed us with. Make us start seeing ourselves as if you're not authentic. Your own natural self, like your own blessed natural self, becomes the fake one, the inferior one, and some external and artificial thing becomes the authentic one. That mix up, we're not going to do it this year. So we're not going to hate our body. We're not going to treat natural bodies, natural features, what God has blessed us with, what is your own authentic, your original. We're not going to treat it as inferior and then treat the artificials as the superior. You have to constantly remind yourself that this is who you are. This is your true identity. This is what matters more. This is the most authentic. This is your original self. So you don't get to a point where you start looking down on your original self and treating artificial things and the fake things as if they are the original. So we're not going to hate our bodies this year. We're not going to hate our bodies. All that acting as if natural bodies and things that are natural and God given are a curse or inferior or it's for poor people. It doesn't make sense. We're not going to be doing that, right? There is no hair on earth, there is no artificial hair on earth that would be worth more than the hair on your head. That's one thing I know. And this is not just about hair, this is about other things, other parts of your body. Appreciate your body. We're going to love our body. We're going to love everything about us this year. Okay? We're loving ourselves. Turn to your neighbor and say, in 2024, we are loving our bodies. We are loving ourselves from the crown of our head to the sole of our feet. We are loving ourselves. Okay? Number 3, this one, it is very, very important. In 2024, in 2024, we are not lacking boundaries and being insensitive. In 2024, we must respect boundaries, and we must be sensitive, we must be empathetic. In 2024, we're going to have empathy. This lack of boundaries and insensitivity that goes on in our world, we're not doing that in 2024. You see a woman, and the first thing you want to do is, hey, you have added so much weight, oh. Hey, look at all the acne on your face. Hey, are you pregnant? Hey, when are you going to get pregnant? Hey, when are you going to get married? Hey, when are you going to this one? Hey, all those lack of boundaries. You just see someone, you just open your mouth. Wow. Even on social media, you go on social media, people you don't know, you're commenting about their body, you're saying so many things. It's not good though. You have to stop it. We have to stop it. That one, it is really, really, really bad. Because I remember, was it last year or last 2 years? But I know that I know Trisha, one time she shared the story of how she had a miscarriage. You know what it means for a woman to have a miscarriage. It's a really sad and devastating experience. She got pregnant and she lost the baby, and it was a really dark time for her. It was really dark, and she was depressed. She was dealing with a lot, like she was going through a lot that period. And when she told the story much, much, much later, right? So when she was telling the story, she told the story of how in the middle of dealing with all of that, she would come on social media, and because she got pregnant, she added weight, and then she lost the baby. She still had the weight, right? But there was no baby again. Oh God, do you understand the kind of pain that woman must have been in? And then she will come on social media, she will post pictures, and you see people commenting, "Oh, hey, she's pregnant. We can see it. This weight." People will comment on her weight. People would insinuate that she's pregnant. And sometimes, let me tell you, some of you people used to mask this lack of boundaries and insensitivity. You used to mask it under I care, or I'm trying to celebrate with you. No. What are you trying to celebrate? Somebody did not open her mouth to tell you I'm pregnant or this has happened. You just sit down in your house, look at the person and just assume. And you come on this person's social media, you're saying, "Oh, congratulations. Oh, we can see you are pregnant. Oh, we can see this. Oh, you've added weight." And you don't know what's the story behind that. You don't know what the person is dealing with. You don't know if you are bringing up old wounds someone is trying to heal from. So this lack of boundary, the same thing with Diary of a Kitchen Lover too. Something like that happened. So I think someone left a comment on her page, and this was a woman that was waiting on God for a child. You don't know these people's story. You don't know anybody's story. You don't know what people are going through behind closed doors, right? And someone said, "Yo, it's I think something like, oh, your house is neat because there are no kids yet," or something like that. Your house is always clean, or your kitchen is always tidy because you don't have a child yet. How do you come on? So how do you say those kind of things? So and this is beyond social media and celebrities, and even down to your personal life. You see somebody, so know your boundaries. Know your boundaries. The fact that you don't know whether that person is pregnant or not means that you don't have access to that classified information. So don't, keep short. Wait until people open their mouth and tell you. If they want to let you in on some certain things about their life, they will let you in. And if they don't let you in, don't assume, don't go about, especially for us women, I feel like the emphasis is on this thing of commenting on people's bodies. Even apart from, it's not just about whether when people add weight, even when people lose weight, you don't know what made the person lose weight. You don't know what the person had gone through. And you're like, oh, you lost weight, though. You lost weight, though. And it's always those people that don't have that kind of relationship with that person to even make that kind of comment that usually make those kind of comments. So you have to have boundaries, respect people's boundaries. Don't just barge into people's lives or just say things because you feel like you can say them, or because you're hiding behind your keypad, or because you feel like, oh, I have freedom of speech. Be sensitive, have empathy, and use your brain, have emotional intelligence. Before you say something, think about it. What is the essence? If I tell this person, oh, you've added weight, how does that help the economy? How does it stop global warming? Mm? Will it make the person richer? What value does it add to me and to the person? You just want to comment on the person's body. So please, this 2024, we are going to have boundaries. We're going to respect people's boundaries, and we're going to be sensitive. We're going to have empathy. Okay, if you don't know something, you shut up your mouth. You know what? You shut up. It will not hurt you. You must not speak. You must not say. You must not comment. Sometimes, zip. Even if you are thinking it in your mind, just do you want swallow it. Swallow it. Okay. All right. So the number 4. See, the fourth thing we're not doing in 2024 is just answering names, bearing tags, living a life that does not align with our destiny, that is the opposite of who we are actually meant to be. You see, this particular point, it's not for everybody. It's not for everybody. But if it's for you, as you're listening to me, you know yourself. If it is for you, you know it. Why are you calling yourself a bad bitch? You, yes, you. You think because everybody's calling themselves bad bitches and all that, that you like this, that you're listening to me, that you are allowed to call yourself a bad bitch. Are you a bad bitch? Is that name, is that name approved in your destiny? Is that name allowed in your destiny? Is that a good representation of who you are? So some of these things we say it's cruise. I know it's cruise. You know, if you say I'm being too uptight, are you sabi? But like I said, it's not for everybody. But you know yourself, you know your destiny, you know where you are headed for in life and all of that. So, the whole I'm a bad bitch, there's all those some of those names, baddie, and all those things, and you're forcing yourself, you know it. So that's why I said it's not for everybody. If it's flowing, it's in line with your destiny, fine and good. Just ignore this. But you know yourself, you know it. Even when you force yourself to bear those names, you force yourself to live a certain way, there's a disconnect. You don't feel comfortable. You know it deep down in your heart that you are living a life that is opposite of what you're supposed to be living. So we're not doing that thing in 2024. And honestly, why? Your mother did not give birth to a bitch. Do you know what a bitch is? So all those bad bitch, all those, no. I know we want to hype ourselves and all of that. Let's look for something, positive, and don't use derogatory terms on yourself. Don't speak highly of yourself. You're a queen, for crying out loud. You're a queen, you know. You're not going to some certain places and say, I'm a bad bitch. You know it. So why will you even? So we need to. I don't know. Like I said, it's not for everybody, but I feel like you have to ask yourself. You know your destiny. You know where you're going to in life. You know what you want out of life for. You know the kind of life you want to live. The kind of you know where you're coming from and where you're headed to. So before you call yourself some certain names and answer some certain names and try to fit into some certain boxes, ask yourself, this name that I'm trying to answer, this life I'm trying to live, is it in alignment? Is it really who I am? Is it a good representation? Does it represent me well? So answer names that represent you, that carry your destiny, that represent your higher self, that that when people hear that name, they can picture your life and picture where you are headed for. So everything is not for you. So like I said, it's not for everybody. Oh. This particular point, it may not be for you, but you, if it's for you, you know yourself, you know. So you want to start carrying yourself. You want to start, answering names that align with your goals, with your purpose, with your destiny. Answering names that when you hear that name, when you call that name, you know, it passes across a message. It says something about you. What you call yourself says a lot about who you are, how you even perceive yourself. Okay, so you're not doing that in 2024. Number 5, and see, this one is very important and it's for everybody. Listen, what we are not going to do in 2020, see, it's 2024, we are not tearing down other women. We're not hating on the success of other women. And the people that do this thing a lot, you see, pick me's. We're not doing all that pick me thing in 2024. Please. You're not tearing down other women. These women do not support women. Women are their worst enemy. Women this, women that, women that. You're not doing it. Please, in 2024, because I'm tired of coming, especially you come on Instagram, you see, let's say, a female skit maker, and this is probably a female skit maker that has been in business for like since 7, 8, 10 years ago, right? And maybe the female skit maker buys a car, right? And you come on in the comments, and then you see women, this one, Olosho, prostitute, this one, his man is this one, only they do, all those nonsense and distasteful comments that we leave. And then you see a male skit maker that just started doing skits like 2 years or 3 years ago, that just started. The person will buy a house, buy a car, buy all of that, and then you come on under the comments, you're seeing, wow, this kit making is giving money, this one, this one, this one, this one, and all of that. And you don't see all those kind of stuff. So women, please, this is not about, it's not gender war or anything like that. I'm just saying, we're not going to be tearing ourselves down. It does not benefit anybody. And sometimes people do it because you want to score cheap points with men. Some of you're hanging out with men, like you're ready to put another woman in harm's way. They are having conversations that would hurt another woman. But because you want to score some cheap points with men, just because you want to be perceived as a good woman, as the whatever, because you want to be picked, you want to be seen as this one is different, this one is special, this one is this, you would rather throw another woman under the bus, or you rather put another woman's life in danger just because of that. So all that nonsense, it has to stop. And the whole women hate women, women this, women this, that's why I don't keep moving, all of that thing. Please, let's stop it. Let me tell you something, yeah. Anybody that knows me knows that I am literally an ambassador for female friendships. I can speak about it from today to tomorrow and advocate for it. But it does not mean that I've not had like terrible experiences with women. Oh God, you don't even want to know the half of it, right? But I just see it, I don't pin it down to a gender. People are shitty. Men are shitty, women are shitty. Anybody can hurt you. And the reason why it's like, oh, maybe you feel like, oh, why is it that it's women that hurt me the more? It's because you're a woman. It's because you're a woman. Like I'm a woman, so I would most likely have more interactions with women, and I would most likely have more deeper and more meaningful relationships with women. The kind of relationship you have with guys may be on the surface level, but because a woman is like you, a woman feels the things you feel, experience the things you experience, you tend to like have deeper relationships with them. So the chances that there will be scuffles and disagreements, they are higher. So this is not rocket science, right? So anybody can hurt you, male or female. So, and just for some of you, especially those of you that are very quick to just jump out. Once a woman, maybe two women have a clash, you just jump out and you're like, hey, that's it. You see, women, oh, they are terrible. Women, they are, this is my gender, this is your gender, so you're the good one, and all of that. So does it mean, and for some of you that say all those things, you people have seen shaggy, like you've chopped, like, oh God, men have used your eyes to see things. You've suffered in the hands of men. You've seen shaggy, like you've seen shaggy, but you will not cancel men. But once a woman makes the slightest mistake, you don't extend grace to them. You just cancel. You're like, oh, women this, women that, women that, And some of you, actually you are the problem. You are the one that needs to go and work on some certain things about your life, or maybe become more discerning, or um learn some certain things about friendship, or not be the type to be quick to trust, or just you don't protect your energy, you don't protect your boundaries, you don't have some certain skills and some certain knowledge you should have when it comes to interpersonal relationship, and you keep having these clashes, and instead of learning, and asking yourself what exactly is the problem and fixing it, you lump all women together and you keep tearing women down. It's not going to favor you. Let me tell you something. The most people that we suffer, that so see, if there is one set of women that suffer the most in this life, it's pick me's. So if you're a pick me, you want to really not be that pick. You don't want to be a pick me in 2024. You don't want to tear women down. You want to really um, change your mindset so that you can experience beautiful friendships and beautiful relationships. And I'm not saying that everybody must have female friends and all of that. It's okay if you don't want to have female friends, but please don't become the weapon fashioned against your own self, because you're tearing down a woman, you're tearing down yourself, right? You're tearing down your gender, you are still a woman. You cannot change it except you plan to change it though. So let's think more of uplifting ourselves instead of tearing ourselves down and hating on the success of other women. You see a 17-year-old boy, he would buy a car and then you'll be clapping. But a 35-year-old woman will buy a car and you would never in your life believe and accept that, oh, she bought the car the right way. You have holes to poke, even when you see this person working hard and all, even when there is nothing suspicious or fishy about their life, you already have this wrong mindset, you already have this bias against your fellow women that makes you, every time you see a woman succeeding, the first thing that comes to your mind is to hate, is to tear them down. It's really bad. Let's not do it in 2024. Okay. So the next thing we're not going to do in 2024 is we're not going to be competing where we should be learning or collaborating. Some of you, we do this thing and it's not good. You know, you see a woman, you see a fellow woman. Instead of you, like, this person is doing so well, this person has a lot to offer you. You get jealous, you get envious, you start acting up. Instead of you to go and learn, collaborate, and draw close, you can see that this person has something that will help your life. Or pride, ego, you already conclude in your head. Instead of humbling yourself and going to go and learn from the person so that they show you the way, you start competing, you start forming, you want to raise your shoulder, you want to go into some unnecessary competition with the person. And most times, sometimes you'll be competing with people that do not even know that you exist. You're competing with people that do not that are too busy building their empire to even notice you. You are killing yourself, drowning yourself in competition. Meanwhile, these people are going forward and making progress. So in 2024, competition is a no-no. Collaborate. Think more of collaboration. You see your sister doing something, you can ask yourself, how can we collaborate to, push ourselves forward? How can we collaborate? That whole competition thing and envy and jealousy, it's old fashioned, it's outdated. Please grow up and catch up, join the moving train. The whole being envious and jealous and going into unnecessary competition, it's so outdated, it's so archaic, it's so it's so 1660s. So please, we are collaborating, no jealousy, no envy. You see a woman doing great, go to her, please. I love what you're doing. You're doing so well. You inspire me. Please, I would like to learn from you, and all of that. Go with the right attitude. If you go and the person refuses to help, no wahala. Life goes on. But don't just sit in a corner. You see a woman, the first thing, a woman doing so well for themselves. You've not even gone close to them. You've already concluded, they're feeling too big, they're this, and you go into competition. You are denying yourself of beautiful things and experience that you probably have. So no more competition, we are collaborating. See, the next thing we are not doing in 2024 is hiding our light or dimming our lights for other people. We are going to have audacity. because in 2024 we're going to have audacity. You're not dimming our light. Don't dim your light for anybody. Don't hide your light. Don't shrivel. Don't shrink yourself, because of anyone. You come on social media, you see a lot of maybe people doing well, shining. Instead of you to get inspired and motivated to, oh yeah, let me too, let me shine too. You want to start hiding, or there are so many things you can do, maybe businesses you can start, or ideas that you can execute. And instead of executing it, you go and hide. You go and hide away because of maybe what people will say, and you want to tone down, you want to dim your light. Please, you're not doing that. And we're having audacity. We are showing up. See, this 2024, we are showing up. You have those ideas, those beautiful ideas you have. Bring it to light. Don't hide your light. Don't hide the way. Because because at the end of the day, everybody is showing up in their own capacity. That person you're looking at and you feel like, oh, the person has it all figured out and all, and you are there feeling intimidated. If you come close to the person, if the person tells you, if you see the behind the scenes, you'd even be surprised that you even have more guts and more capacity than the person. So this year we're going to do it afraid. We're going to show up. No matter what, you show up. Don't let anybody see. Maybe we've all agreed that our theme for the year is no grief for anybody. No grief for anybody. No grief. People, they open eye, they show up. You self open eye, show up. People are setting ring lights. You self set your ring light. People are doing, you self do your own. Okay. But that's the truth, right? So I'm not saying do what every other person is doing, but I'm saying that if you know that you have something that you want to put out there, you have something to bring it. Bring it. Don't look down on it. Don't feel like, oh, it's nothing. It's nothing. Oh, nobody cares, or this thing. No, you would not know until you show up. Don't dim your light. Don't hide the way. Don't go and shrivel or shrink in the corner because you are intimidated, or you feel like you're not good enough. You are good enough. Hmm? You're good enough. All of us in this world, as you see us, all of us, we are human beings, and nobody has the manual. Those people that you're admiring, you see doing so well, they are doing well because they showed up for themselves. If they did not show up, you will not see them. So you don't know the miracles, you don't know the great things that can happen when you show up. So this year we're gonna be what? Gonna have audacity. See, repeat that. Say audacity. Audacity. This no grief for anybody is basically audacity. No gree, oh, no gree. Fight for your future. No gree. No gree. If there is a room that has something that you want, go and knock. Go and knock on that door. No gree. If someone says you cannot do it, no gree. Say I can do it. You want to go? You get chili this year. You get chili, oh. You get chili well. So this no grief for everybody, no grief for anybody. You have to go and translate it. You have to go and break it down and bring it home to yourself. For me, no grief anybody mean you have to have audacity. Ige chili. You know. Okay, so the next thing we are not going to do in 2024. See, I feel like 2023 was the floodgates were opened. 2024, please, we're not sharing too much information on the internet. I know that everybody is doing content creation. Me self, as I'm sitting down here, it's content creation I'm doing. I know that we are all doing content creation. Everybody wants to make money from TikTok, from Instagram. Everybody wants to be an influencer, wants to be popular, wants to be on social media, And I know that controversy, all those very controversial and, private information and content, they tend to trend. But please do not sacrifice your life. Do not sacrifice your privacy just because you want to become popular. I know that some people will say, every publicity is publicity. There's nothing like bad publicity. But please, there's something like bad publicity, So too much information, all those too much. And this too much information is not just by the word. So if I know you want to do get ready with me video, my sister, we can do it. I don't have to see your pants. I don't have to see you naked before you do get ready with me, and you are doing it because it's more likely to get traffic. So don't sell yourself short just because you want to gain that traffic. First of all, it will attract the wrong audience, and all. And really, is that even sustainable? So, too much information from the things you say, don't come and tell us secrets about your family. And before you share some certain things, like what's the economic value? What's okay? So, now that you've shared it, what's the goal? What is it? It's different when you're trying to raise an alarm. Maybe someone is in an abusive situation and you're trying to call for help. You're trying to raise an alarm, and we can see that, oh, this is the end game. Like, I'm trying to save someone's life here. It's different. But this one of any little thing, things that are ordinarily, that are supposed to be private and personal to you, you're putting so much information out there, even for your own safety, security, and all of that. I'm not saying share whatever you want to share, and I cannot tell you what is too much information for you but I'm just saying, let's 2024, too much information, both by words or by actions, or too much revealing is let's reduce it, okay? Small, 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 so that because if you watch some all these intelligence movies and all of that, you realize that sometimes some of the things we put out there, you know, yeah, if someone wants to trace you, sometimes it's from what we put out there. And no, even me, as I'm talking to my own self too. You have to really curtail those. You see some people, because you want to post content, because you want to go viral, you put vulnerable kids um in danger. You want to post about your child, your child picture. I don't have any problem with posting your child, right? But you tell us your child's routine at your child's school, what time she goes to school. We are seeing the uniform, we are seeing the address, we are seeing the name of the school, we name the name of your teacher's child, the name of the nanny that picks your child up, we know the time your child comes back from school, and all that. And it's not like you've given this child security details, or there are things you've put in place to protect this child. So you literally expose everything about this child, and this is a vulnerable kid. So if someone decides to get funny one day, act funny one day, they have everything, the routine, the time. They know the name of the person to call to deceive the teacher and get that kind of. So sometimes, those kind of things. Let's breathe. Okay, let's calm down. So the next thing we are not going to be doing in 2024 is repeating toxic patterns and refusing to be accountable. That thing that you've been doing, that is not working for you. You're going to drop it. In 2024, you're not doing, that's just how I am. That's just how I am. That's just how I am. And you're coddling bad behavior. No, 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 no. You're not repeating toxic patterns. The things that did not work for you in 2023, don't bring them, don't do them in 2024. So you have to sit down and ask yourself, like, especially when I said toxic patterns, patterns in your life that are no longer healthy, you have to drop them. If in 2023 they were breaking your heart every month, these different guys will break your heart every month, and don't do that, not just break your heart, leave you broken, battered, take a lot from you emotionally, physically. Like, every month you're living toxic relationships that dig into your soul and take away so much, that damage you every month and all of that. And then you keep saying, oh, it's because men are terrible, this and that. You have to come to a point where you also ask yourself, what role am I playing in this, right? you know why do I have to keep opening the doors, for this people? Why do I have to keep entertaining this bullshit till it gets to this point? So and this can also apply to every aspect of your life. So any toxic pattern in your life, it has to go. Any toxic behavior, something that you know that it's not working for you, and it is there, it's repeatedly in your life, you keep doing it, a bad behavior, a bad attitude, or something, or something you've been doing, and you know that you can honestly say, betting, gambling, you know that this thing is now bad for you, smoking, drinking, like things that you can see that, oh, this thing is not hurting me, it's not helping my life. You've seen it. This one is not someone is not trying to judge you here or preach to you. You yourself personally, you can see that this behavior is no longer helping me. This pattern, there is a pattern here and it's toxic. You have to cut it. You have to hold yourself accountable. You have to stop cuddling bad behavior and those toxic patterns and making excuses. You have to say enough is enough. Hold yourself accountable and cut off those toxic patterns. Okay? That's what we're doing in 2024. And the next thing that we're not doing in 2024 is we're not moving with the wrong crowd and we're not giving access to the wrong energy. We're not opening up our doors of our life to the wrong energy. This is very, very important. You know that thing they used to tell us when we were kids? Oh, bad communication corrupts good manners. Bad company corrupts good manners. It's real. I know that for adulthood, it may, like the language may have changed, but it's still the truth. The people you move with, we do not even, and I feel like the more we grow, because we feel like, oh, we are adults, we are grown, we are no longer kids, someone cannot just influence us. We downplay the kind of impact the people we listen to, the people we roll with, the people we spend time with, the people we give access to our life, the kind of impact and influence they can actually have on our lives, right? And so this year we're not going to move with the wrong crowd. You have to audit the people in your life, the voices in your head, because one thing we don't even realize is that those people, the people we give access, continuous access to our lives, and end up becoming the voices in our head. And this just goes beyond the people in your immediate environments, right? It also goes to the people you listen to online, the people you follow, the content you consume, the people you like and you vibe with on social media. You want to evaluate those their ideologies. What do these people promote? What do they represent? And what kind of impact do they have on me? So you want to check yourself. There are certain foods I make a certain way now because I watched a YouTube video. Yeah. And as little and as ordinary as it may seem, when you start paying attention to other aspects of your life, you start seeing that actually we are being influenced, whether you like it or not. We are being influenced. So the most you can do for yourself is to start paying attention, becoming intentional about the people and the things that influence you. Be very mindful of the people you surround yourself with, the people that talk to you, the people that advise you, the people you spend time with. Some of you, the goals you set for yourself in 2023, you did not achieve it because of the people in your life. Some of the goals you set that you were supposed to hit, it got terminated, it got scattered because of the people in your life, because of the kind of energy you allow into your life. There are people that are energy suckers. When once your energy is high and you're ready to go out there and do great things, they just show up and they suck up all your energy. You make resolutions and you make plans. This is January, everybody's making New Year resolutions, but ask yourself, if there's someone in your life that keeps kicking you off your path, kicking you off your goal, you may want to cut that person off. You may want to save yourself. You may want to protect your energy. So if there is someone that constantly you know derails you, 2023, you said you were going to be a new person, you were going to stop some certain habits and all of that. But because of your association with certain people, you found it hard. They made it very difficult. They made it impossible for you to cut off those habits or change your lifestyle or become the person you said you were going to become. So, if you want things to be different in 2024, you know that you have to let go, no matter how hard it is. So, we have to protect our energy. You have to be mindful of the energy. This thing is real. Like this will not be meme. It's real, all right. So you want to be very, very mindful. The people you give access to, there are people that speak life. You want to be very intentional about the kind of friends that you have. Have friends that speak life into you. Have friends, that inspire you. Have friends that impact you positively. Have friends that after you meet them, after you have conversations with them, you are energized. You have the ginger. So you want to do better. You want to become a better person. You are challenged to want more for yourself, to want more out of life. Not the people that you talk to. And the little light you have, they blow it off. They're always pouring cold water on your dreams, on your goals, on your fire. Now. So you really want to move with the right crowd all around your social media, audit it, follow new people, unfollow certain people where needs be, be very intentional. You're going to be very intentional about it. You're not just going to do, just random friends for friendship's sake, friends for friendship. No, you're going to be intentional. All right, because the people you hang around with, gosh, they have a huge impact and influence. Please, that you are an adult does not mean that people do not have influence over you. So the last but not the least is that in 2024 we're not joking with our mental health. We are not joking with our mental health. You're not going to get depressed in 2024. So what we are going to do is we're going to protect our mental health. Anything, anyone, anything that will mess with our mental health, we're going to keep it far from us. You're not going to entertain some things, that thing, or people, or words, or those triggers, we're going to keep them far from us. We're going to have healthy boundaries that will protect our mental health. We're going to take time off. We're going to journal. We're going to meditate. We're going to do all those things that help us have a healthy mental health. We're not going to joke with our mental health this year. All right, we're going to be kind with ourselves. We're going to treat ourselves kindly. We are going to prioritize our happiness. We're going to choose joy. We're going to choose peace. We're going to avoid drama. We're going to run away from stress this year. And we're going to say, I am going to live in soundness of mind. I'm going to have peace. I'm going to live in peace. I'm going to have peace. I'm going to be in, Zen. Zen. 2024. Zen. And anything that is going to cost me my peace, it has to go. It has to stay far away. All those things that triggered you, all those people that triggered you, those words and all of that, far away. Because what are we doing in 2024? We are protecting our mental health. Okay. So thank you guys. So if you've watched up to this point, I really think you should subscribe. Like, it would mean a lot to me if you subscribe. Okay. Thank you in advance for that, and please like the video. It just helps the ministry. So thank you so much for watching. Feel free. I love reading from you. I want to see your opinions. Tell me what you think. Tell me other points, other things that we girlies are not doing in 2024, and the things that we are doing in 2024. And Happy New Year once again, and I wish you a fantastic year, and I look forward to seeing you again, or rather look forward to seeing me again. And until the next time I come your way, please, no grief for anybody. Have audacity, okay? And stay beautiful. Bye.